Hello, everyone! We are back again from outer space. This is Tom.
We were in space?
We were in space.
Okay, I was Masa.
This is Jane.
Space Masa.
Yeah,
But yes,
Space Masa.
we are back once again. And this is going to be a little bit of a short podcast, but we've got a couple things to talk about today. First off, we have a little bit of a commentary on Rebuild of Evangelion 2.2. You can, bracket, not end bracket, advance. Also known as you cannot advance. We watched it the other day. Pretty good. Masa and I have seen it before. Jane had not, so that'll be interesting. And then we're also going to talk Minecraft, because we just got Minecraft for Jane today, and we are going to be having a gaming session later.
Yes,
our
we
food gets
definitely
here.
will. I mean, my idea for later on for this channel is to have a Let's Play for Minecraft. So
Absolutely. As well as other plans that
Yes, we do,
shall be
so.
big secrets that our viewers should definitely stay tuned to hear
You
about.
should definitely stay tuned.
wait, you can talk?
Wow. Yeah, I can-
More importantly, she can talk and the microphone is picking her up.
Awesome.
That's amazing.
That's the more
Just
important
quiet.
thing.
All right.
So, Evangelion.
Yes. What was your point?
Yes.
I mean, not point.
Point?
Straight to the point. What'd you think of it?
Yeah, what'd you think, Jane?
I liked it a lot. I liked the introduction of the new character, Mari.
Mari.
Yeah, she was interesting. That's what I know. We watched it in Japanese with English subtitles.
Which is
And-
the way to go. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I was noticing she was starting a lot of her sentences with nya, which is Japanese from yao.
Yeah.
So, that was interesting.
Yeah, and as you see later on, she becomes very bestial and cat-like when she's fighting whatever the heck that angel's name is. I do not remember what one it was right now. Was it the 7? I think it was the 7.
It's a zero something. By the way, people, spoiler alert. Throwing it out there.
Well, yeah.
This is a commentary. But anyway.
You should always assume spoiler alerts.
Yes.
But, yes, Mari going, Zabista! And Unit 2 just kind of going ridiculously insane.
Yeah.
Which, I have to wonder, how does that work? Because, is the EVA 2...
Well, it's made in Europe, so that's one thing.
Well,
That's
yeah.
why they can do
So
it.
it's
But-
different.
Yeah, so it's different, like, with the whole Souls of the Mothers thing, like, from 00 and 01.
Exactly.
Right,
I mean,
because technically no one but Rei and Shinji should be able to pilot those respectively.
Yeah.
Whereas Mari can just kind of jump into Unit 2 and just go for it.
Well, I think it's also Mari's, I guess, unique
Personality.
and characteristics of that, because she basically does say it doesn't matter how what the smell is. I actually like this one too.
Right, that's true.
Now, in the original series, I know you haven't seen it, but
Mhm.
technically Eva 2 is Asuka's mom.
It is, okay.
But that technically means Mari likes her mom too.
Right.
Use your wild imagination out there. But anyway, it's also the limiters, I guess.
Yeah.
They did say, like, Eva's have limiters all over the body.
Which are the things that popped out when Mari
catch
went in beast mode.
Well, you were just like, did that just fucking happen?
Yeah, that whole scene though was great.
Mhm.
But we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves there, because that's like the final fight. The whole first half of the movie is, from what I understand, pretty in line with the main series.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Eva 3 fight happens. And then everything goes off the rails.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Because Toji isn't the pilot.
No.
Thank God he wasn't.
I know.
I would have been so pissed at the director if they redid that.
But yeah, Toji wasn't the pilot. Asuka was. Asuka gets really badly hurt. Shinji goes crazy. Actually attacks Nerve HQ.
Mm-hmm.
Gendo says, "Screw that."
I'm not messing with being a kid.
Yep, we don't have time to
Child
mess around
tantrum.
with the temper tantrum of a child.
Which is what I thought it was, too. Like, I mean, it's
You-
what it
okay.
looks like to me.
Well, yeah,
Look
because
at it this way, though. Your best...
No, I know
Your
why he did
friend.
it. I know exactly why he did that, but it was funny because
the way he
the
executed
way he did it
yeah,
was like a temper
like
tantrum.
he's got this super weapon and he's just stomping on the
Stomping
top
on
of
the-
the HQ. Like,
That's what I thought it looked
it's
like.
like
You wouldn't
he
do
didn't.
that?
Well, but it shows that he didn't want to actually cause damage. He was just getting his anger out.
Exactly.
Like, if he wanted to cause damage, he could have. He could have destroyed the whole place, and they
But
wouldn't have been able to
here's
stop
the thing,
it.
though. Out of... This is Shinji we're talking about.
Yeah.
He never explodes. Like, his emotions out. This is, I think, the first time, technically, to explode.
Yeah. And then, the ending
Obviously.
of 2.22 is, Shinji going just full emotional.
Yeah, it's also Shinji exploding.
Yeah.
But he had a point there. He
wanted to save Rei. And I mean, he couldn't know that it would go that Eva 1 would go Angel and, just kind of become more, what did they say, transcended the limits of humanity?
Yeah.
He's turning into God himself.
Yeah.
Here's one thing though, that part when Ikari Gendo said he's being a kid, that's very important in the next one.
Really?
That is very important in the next one, actually.
When he said he's just throwing a tantrum?
He's still a kid.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Just remember that when you're watching the next one.
For 3.33, okay.
Just because they recap that of a certain character. I'm not trying to do it with, spoilers, but they're recapping that so many times in that series, or that part of that episode.
They're just reiterating the fact that he's just a kid. Okay, interesting. And then, of course...
The theory? Do you want to talk about that
the theory? That's what I was going to say, the theory. As we posited a few other times, Masa and I have a theory that Rebuild of Evangelion is actually a direct sequel to the original series and the end of Evangelion. End. That's difficult to say.
End the end.
Yes, there you go. And the reason for that is there's a few subtle differences. Like, in End of Evangelion, the ocean is blue, not red, like it is in Rebuild, until post-events of End of Evangelion. And then there's a few other minor things, but the big thing is... I can't remember his name. Kaoru, yeah. He has a line where... Because he basically drops out of the sky and spears EVA Unit 1 before it can start Third Impact. And Kaoru says...
That was really cool.
Yeah, it was glorious
cool.
the way he did it. Just out of the atmosphere, just boink.
Yeah.
But Kaoru says something like, "This time I'll never abandon you," or something like that.
Or "This time I'll make you happy."
This time I'll make you happy.
For sure.
Which, that line is just like, whoa. Because this is the first time that Kaoru and Shinji have met in Rebuild. So, it makes you think, well, is Kaoru talking about last time? And from what I understand of the series, he's not an antagonist, but he's kind of like... He's on
their side.
He's like an anti-hero type of a deal.
He's on both sides. I mean, typically how I see it, he was very friendly.
Because he's an angel in the main series, isn't he?
Yeah. He was really friendly in the series itself.
He has, I think it's Adam's soul, right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, he has Adam's soul, so... On the one hand, he's got his friends, but on the other hand, he's also an angel. So
it's like human and angel.
He's got to work both sides. Whereas in this, it's like...
I mean, even in the series itself, that one episode, what was it? 20... what?
I don't remember.
Well, one of the high, in the
ending
episodes, that's pretty much where they show boys love a lot. I mean, that's I would have to say that I think back then that was actually one of the biggest boys love scenes because they actually, the funny thing is they actually kiss.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
It's like now they kiss. Shinji freaks out. Okay, we move on.
But so then it really makes you think, like, this time I'll make you happy. So not only does he remember the events of last time, supposedly, from what we're positing here, but he also wants to have them turn out differently.
Yeah, so I think what we're saying here is that Rebuild is
a rebuild.
Is another universe from the series, but it's supposed to... They affect each other in a way. So.
See, I'm not sure if it's literally...
Right.
Like, timeline-wise, if it comes directly after it, or if it's like an alternate timeline
like
that Kaoru remembers.
Yeah.
So because from what I understand of End of Evangelion that you haven't seen, and I haven't seen, but I've been spoiled about most of it, it would make sense that it would come directly time-wise. Yeah. Because of the events.
Well, based on... Here's my theory. I know... I'm assuming you guys are thinking it's a different universe, it's like a parallel universe, but
that seems to be what Jane thinks.
You think that?
Something like that. It's either
I'm thinking linear line.
I'm thinking linear, but then what happened was think of the 16.
It has to be another universe.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
no,
it has
with the End of Evangelion. No. No.
You have to see it. Which technically today we were supposed to watch it, but
were we?
I think so. We had that in plan.
I don't remember that.
It's
plans that I don't understand.
It's okay. We had so much going on, but how I see it after watching that, and I watched that when I was 10, so I did not know what the fuck was going on. I remember the last part. It was really trippy. I mean, it was more intimidating. I felt intimidated watching it. Like
really?
It was that scary / like, oh my god.
Well, yeah, I mean,
this
it's kind
can't
of
be the end of the world like situation.
Yeah.
But how I saw it is episodes like normal cartoons. So think of a linear line.
Mm-hmm.
It got after that. There's a wall.
Yeah.
And Evangelion, there's a wall.
Mm-hmm.
But then it gets reset again until it hits to that certain point of
People
when
make their decisions, or
when Shinji made that final decision of saving Rei, it goes up. It branches up
into
and then goes into another one.
Right, which if I remember my parallel timeline theories and all this stuff that I've learned, that would basically be it's one of those. I'm thinking Doctor Who here. Basically, you have different events that can occur based on decisions of others, and then you've got set events that will always be the same no matter what. So in it, Eva, you've got a bunch of set events that will always be that way, but then there's some major decisions that can be made that will then drastically change the outcome of the rest of the storyline. Which Shinji saving Rei and the events leading up to him having to would be that major changing point that you're talking about.